Good morning and welcome, fellow Sovereigns. And I was about to leave this morning on my bike and it started to rain, so I commanded it to stop raining, but it wouldn't listen. So I'm standing under a tree while it drizzles. Anyway, we'll see if my command works later. And so, why am I talking about labels today? Well, because yesterday I saw there was a petition because a small group of people in New Zealand want to change the name of New Zealand to Aotearoa as the official name. And a larger group of people have now set up a petition. I think there's nearly over 15,000 people don't want to change the label of New Zealand to Aotearoa. So just another something to moan about, I guess. Wrong name. And I suspect that those who demand a change of name for New Zealand to Aotearoa will still not be happy once the name has been changed. And that's the crucial thing. Do our labels change us? Of course they don't. And of course at the moment there's a lot of people with this whole pronoun thing and putting labels on themselves and changing their identity. I haven't seen anyone yet, and I'm sure there's some around, anyone who's changed their identity and they're happy. They all seem to be a miserable lot. I'm sorry to say that, but these are just the ones that I've seen. They're identifying as this and that and the next thing, and they're still miserable. And that's exactly what happens. Changing our labels does not change who we are. I'll wait for this truck to go past. Delivering food to the masses. Why, we need that stuff. An alternative is, for example, I know two women who, once they were divorced, they changed both of their names. So they both went back to their maiden names, and Kathy went back to Kathleen, her full first name, and Cynthia used either her first or her second name. So both of them changed their names, and both of them say, and will tell people, they feel so much better, they feel different. What they don't tell people is that they've done the work. They have delved down into the unhappiness that they had in their marriages. They have done the work and looked at what's in the way of their happiness, and they've worked on it in all sorts of different ways. There's many ways. And so because they've done the work, their label hasn't made them happy. The work that they've done has made them happy. They have. And so, for example, if I perceive that I have a mother who abandons me or doesn't give me enough attention, what am I going to do? I'm going to marry a woman who doesn't give me enough attention. We carry the same stuff from our childhood, and people say we marry our mothers or we marry our fathers, and in a lot of ways it's true. We marry aspects of them. Until we resolve that, so I'm using abandonment as an example, until I resolve that abandonment, that it's not up to anybody else to give me what I need, it's up to me. When I learn that abandonment doesn't come from others, it comes from myself. When I abandon my own dreams, when I abandon my own self, when I abandon whatever it is about me, and then I turn that around and become the best friend that I could have, that's kind of a very, very simple kind of example of the kind of work that these two women have done, Cynthia and Kathleen. And so they changed their labels and kind of tell people that the labels made them feel different. I would contend, and I'll need to ask them, but I would contend that the work they did around all of that stuff after they were divorced actually made the difference, and the label reflected that. So it's like the label came afterwards. The label didn't make them happy. They found happiness, and then they stepped into a label that felt right for that new person that they became. So I'm very happy because I changed my label. No, Facebook asked me what my pronoun was, so I said sir. S-I-R, not C-U-R, thank you. And I tried Lord, but Lord Philip didn't sound right, but Sir Philip sounds good. So I've changed my label, and so I'm now Sir Philip. No, so I'm being silly. So going back to the label of whether it's about our pronouns or whether it's about calling myself a friend of mine, George, in Kansas, did some research the other day, and he said there are now 25 different genders. I can only think of 2, but I'm a simple man. Anyway, so people are using, there's a whole range of genders one can call oneself, new labels, in an attempt to find happiness or peace or whatever it is we're looking for. But changing the label does not work. I will tell you that now. So, just going back to the label that they want to put onto New Zealand, I can guarantee, and I guess you can guarantee, that whoever wants to change the label for New Zealand will still keep demanding something else and something else and something else. We always want something else, and something out there will make me happy. So in this moment, calling New Zealand Aotearoa will make me happy. For a day, for a month. And then I want something else. I want some more land, I want some more money, I want some more handouts, I want some more. If I don't do the work, as if the people who are demanding the change do not do their own internal work, they will stay unhappy. They will stay in looking for something else and something else and something else. And so whether it's on a national scale, like changing the label of a country, or on a personal scale, changing our name or our pronoun or our gender or whatever, we're the ones that need to do the work. The label comes afterwards. And the label will reflect the happiness that we have found, or the peace that we've found, or the grace that we have found, or the compassion that we've found for ourselves. We need to do the work first. And I'm just thinking about what work I need to do today. I'm sure there's going to be something. I will ponder that in a moment. I guess there will be something, so I just need that truck to go by. So I'm standing under a tree, lovely tree, and looking out on the just kind of empty paddocks and roads and stuff, and yeah. So I guess the thing I need to work on is having God obey me when I demand that he doesn't make it rain. That's my work for today. Oh, I'm asking somebody else to do the work, aren't I? God. A perfect example of how not to do it. So anyway, what do I wish you? I wish you peace and a magnificent day. And I bless you.